Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are doing good. I'm your educator Dr. Hina Devlani और आज मैं आपके लिए ये वीडियो लाई हूँ to give you a brief introduction on a very interesting subject that is biology. ये वीडियो स्पेशली 11th स्टैंडर्ड के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए है। 10th स्टैंडर्ड तक आपके सब्जेक्ट सारे कॉमन थे, सभी सब्जेक्ट्स आपको पढ़ने थे, बट नाउ व्हेन यू हैव एंटर्ड इन 11th स्टैंडर्ड आपके पास तीन ऑप्शंस हैं, science, commerce and arts. Now, if you're seeing this video, that means you have already made up your mind that you are going to opt for science. साइंस के अंदर फिर से आपके पास तीन ऑप्शंस आ जाते हैं. फर्स्ट इज ग्रुप ए, that is science with mathematics. Second is group B, that is science with biology. And third is group AB. Group AB means in which you can opt for biology and mathematics both. Now, if you have made up your mind to choose group B or group AB, then this video is for you. Okay. Here I am going to give you a very brief introduction on the subject, what is its importance, and what career options will you have after you complete your 12th standard with this subject. So let's move further. First of all, let us see what is biology. Here you can see something is written, biology is life. Actually, we can just divide this term into two different terms. One is bio and one is logy. BIO, bio. Bio means nothing but life. Whenever we use this term or wherever we see this term, it always indicates about life. And logy is nothing but study. So when you study about life, that means you are studying biology. Okay. The scientific definitions are given here. First definition is it is the science of life forms and living process. See, here again we have this word life. So whenever we study about life or whenever we study about living organisms, we are studying biology. Another definition of biology is it is defined as the study of living organisms. Once again, the word living has come here. Their origins means from where the living organisms have come. कहाँ से वो आए हैं, उनकी जगह कौन सी है, किस तरह से आए हैं, किस ऑर्गेनिज्म में से इवॉल्व होके ये ऑर्गेनिजम्स बने हैं, and all such things you will study in biology. Then you will study anatomy. What is this anatomy? Anatomy is nothing but study of internal structures of any living organism. When you study about external structures of a living organism, it is called as morphology. Then there is another term, physiology. Have you heard this term? You have not heard the term, but you have studied physiology in 10th standard. Physiology is nothing but study of the processes that occur inside a living organism. And you have already studied physiology of human beings in 10th standard. If you don't remember, I'll just make you recall it. In physiology, you have studied digestive system, you have studied respiratory system, circulatory system, reproductive system, and nervous system, and excretory system. So all these systems come under physiology. Then study of behavior of organism, how does it behave in environment, and then you study about the distribution of that organism in various areas, or we call it as niche. Now, after knowing what is biology, I want you all to focus on this slide. This shows various branches of biology. Biology is not a very small subject or a brief branch, but it is a very vast and extensive study in which you have a number of branches. Here I have included only these many branches, but apart from these, there are many other branches of biology. Now, why am I showing you these branches at this stage? Because I want you all to know everything about the subject, and I want you to know the scope of this subject in future, so that if Till now, if you're having a doubt whether you want to opt for biology or not, that doubt will be cleared after you watch this video. Now let's move on to some branches. First branch is anatomy. In the previous slide, I've already told you what is anatomy. Anatomy is the study of internal structure of organisms and their parts. Internal structures. When you study about the internal structure means structure of various organs, tissues, that is known as anatomy. Then comes biochemistry. Can you see here? Two words are used again. One is bio and the other term used here is chemistry. Bio and chemistry. The chemistry of living organisms is known as biochemistry. Okay. If you see the definition, it is study of chemical processes that occur within living organisms. Study of chemical processes. Chemical processes can be of various types that will be seen in later stages. For now, you just have to remember that a combination of biology and chemistry is known as biochemistry. The third branch is biophysics. You can see here again, first word is bio and second word is physics. So again, study of application of laws of physics in biological processes. That means when physics and biology combine, it is called as biophysics. Then there is another branch which is known as biotechnology. Again, there is one term bio and other term technology. You all have heard this term technology. Now, when we apply technology in biology, it is called as biotechnology. And this is a very, very important branch of biology. Why it is very important? Because nowadays it has a lot of scope. What is the meaning of this biotechnology? Exploitation of biological processes such as genetic manipulation of microorganisms for the production of antibiotics, hormones, and many, many, many other things. Biotechnology is nothing but using techniques, using technology to change the genes, DNA, or molecules of a living organism. Especially, we use microorganisms here, such as viruses and bacteria. What a biotechnologist does, it changes the DNA, the genetic maps of these microorganisms to produce some novel things. Mainly, production of antibiotics is done by this field. Next branch of biology is botany, a very, very important branch of biology. Why it is very important? Because this includes the study of plants. A person who studies plants is known as a botanist. So whenever there is study of plants, it is called as botany. This also includes physiology, structure, genetics, and ecology of plants. Another branch is the cell biology. Cell biology. From the name itself, you can understand what this branch includes. This branch includes study of cells. Now, it can Now, first tell me what is cell, because you have studied this definition of cell in 9th standard. Cell means fundamental unit of life. Fundamental unit of life. It can also be called as structural and functional unit of life. Any living organism is made up of cell. So when we study about cell, the structure of cell, the functions of various cells, the branch is called as cell biology. Next, you can see here another branch which is called as ecology. Ecology deals with environment and the interaction of a living organism with its environment. So you can see the definition. It deals with the relations of organisms to one another and to their physical surroundings. Physical surroundings means non-living or abiotic factor of Earth. That is our environment. So when a living organism has relations with its environment. We can study those relations in ecology. Next branch of biology is evolution. Evolution. You can see this image. You can see here that a human being has been evolved from a monkey or ape. What is this evolution? It is a process by which different kinds of living organisms are thought to have developed and diversified from earlier forms during the history of the earth. We all know that humans have evolved from monkeys. You can see here, from monkeys, humans have evolved, right? So, when we study about this kind of formation, this kind of development, that a living organism has come from some other living organism, and this development is a gradual development. So whenever we study about such kind of developments, this is just one example of human. There are many, many other examples. Okay? So when we study about these kind of phenomena, we study evolution. That is a branch of biology. Another very important branch of biology is genetics. Genetics deals with genes. In 10th standard, we have already studied the concept of gene. What are genes? They are the hereditary units of a living organism. Hereditary units means the units or the factors which are responsible for transferring characters from parents to offspring. So whenever we study about genes, we study about genetic variation. The term variation was also there in 10th standard. When we study about the heredity, we study a branch of biology which is called as genetics. Another important branch is immunology. Immunology. This might be a new term for some students, but it is a very, very important branch. Now, most of you who have thought of opting for biology in 11th standard, this I'm saying from my experience that most of the students who opt for biology, they have in mind that they would be doing MBBS after completing their 12th. MBBS means they are going to study medicine. So immunology is one branch of medicine. You can also see it from the image. Syringe has been shown over here. This is a branch of medicine. And this branch is concerned with our immunity. Now, what is this word immunity? You might be hearing in news nowadays that because of the coronavirus, this word has become a bit common nowadays. The people who have weak immunity are more prone to get the disease. Right? So immunity is nothing but the capacity or the ability of our body to fight against diseases. So when we study about immunity, we are studying immunology. Another branch of biology is molecular biology. Now see the term. What is this term? Molecular. Molecules. We all know what are atoms, what are molecules. So when we study about the molecules that are present in living organisms, we are dealing with molecular biology. It deals with the structure and function of the proteins. What is protein? It is made up of molecules. It is not a molecule, it is a macromolecule which is made up of simple and small molecules, amino acids. Then nucleic acids. Nucleic acid is also a macromolecule which is made up of micromolecules or simple molecules. When we study about nucleic acids, proteins, carbohydrates, we are studying molecular biology. Then there is another term or another branch which is microbiology. Here also you can see two terms. One is micro and one is biology. Micro means very, very small. So when we study about microscopic organisms, that means very, very small organisms which are not visible by naked eyes. Think of some examples. Examples like bacteria and viruses. We are not able to see them, but we can feel their presence, right? We know that microorganisms do exist surrounding in our surrounding. So when we study about microscopic organisms, we are studying microbiology. Here Mostly the organisms are unicellular. Unicellular means they have single cell. They can be multicellular. They may have more cells, but still the number of cells is very small. That's why we are not able to see them with our naked eyes. Or they can be acellular, like viruses. Viruses don't have cell. They are acellular organisms. Moving on, next branch is physiology. I've already told physiology means the study of functions in living organisms. We have studied some functions, right? Digestive system, we have studied the function of digestion, absorption. Then we have studied excretory system, we have studied respiratory system. So when we study all these systems and their functions and their parts, like in digestive system, which parts are included? We have alimentary canal and the glands. Alimentary canal have mouth, esophagus, stomach, intestine. So when we study about the parts of these systems, it is known as physiology. Next is structural biology. Structural. Here also you can just understand from the term what is this. It is structural biology. That means when we study about the structures, mainly these structures include chemical structures. And this structural biology is actually a branch of molecular biology, biochemistry, and biophysics. When you combine all these three branches, we get structural biology. It deals with the molecular structure of biological macromolecules. Macromolecules, I've told what are macromolecules? Proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates. Another branch of biology is virology. From here also you can understand viro, this viro term, it has come from virus. So when we deal with the study of viruses, we are studying virology. And then we have one more branch which is known as zoology. Here also we have two terms, zoo and logy. Zoology includes the study of animals. Zoo, you might have heard this word zoo, right? In zoo, which organisms are kept in zoo? Animals, obviously. So we can say that zoology deals with the study of animals, the behavior, structure, physiology, classification, and distribution of animals. So these are some of the branches of biology. I want you all to note down all the names and the definitions of all these branches because they are very, very important. Okay, now we have seen the branches of biology, we have seen what is biology. Let's study why is biology so important? Why we are focusing on this subject? There are two main aspects of studying biology. One is understanding our bodies and one is understanding our environment. Understanding our bodies, this is very, very important because we all are interested in our bodies, what is happening in our body. So when we go for this subject, biology, we will be able to understand our bodies very, very clearly. And this will be useful in some aspects like treating diseases. Suppose if you are become a doctor, you are going to doing MBBS, you are becoming a doctor. That is very useful for you. Second, you can give proper nutrition, you can become a nutritionist. And third, science can be exercised on ourselves. By understanding our environment, what we can do, we can become a conservationist. That means we can go for conservation of our environment. As we all know that nowadays environment is degrading, it is getting depleted. So if you want to conserve the environment, you can become a conservationist and go for it. And for this, you need to understand biology. Then it will be very useful for using natural resources. We all know our world is facing many problems regarding these resources. It can also be important for food harvesting. Food harvesting, how can it be important in this? We all know that population is increasing nowadays, and if population increases, the demand for food will also increase. So we need to apply scientific techniques for the harvesting of food without using chemicals. And if you're studying biology, then you will be able to do this very, very easily. Here I've given some homework. Please try to solve this Write two examples of each sector. For all this, I want you all to write two examples for each. After studying importance of biology, I want you all to know what are the various career options in biology. I know it very well that right now you all have in mind that you will be doing MBBS and you are going to become doctors. But I want to I want you all to know that apart from MBBS, there are various other career options that you could choose. Let's see. See, you can see it's written here. Biology degrees are extensive. So, as you might expect, careers for biology graduates are equally as wide ranging. We have many career options. Out of many career options, I've tried to include some of these options over here in this slide. What are these? Let's see. First of all, you can become a research scientist by doing BSc, MSc, and PhD in biology. You can become a research scientist. You can become a pharmacologist. You can go in medicine. You can become a biologist. You can become an ecologist. What are these biologist and ecologist? A person who studies biology is known as biologist, and a person who studies about the interactions of animals or plants with the environment is known as ecologist. If you love nature, you can become a nature conservation officer. You can become a biotechnologist. This field has a great demand nowadays, biotechnologist. Along with this, you can also become a microbiologist. You can go for becoming a forensic scientist. You might have heard this term, forensic, right? Whenever there is some criminal activities, forensic scientists are required to take the samples and to study it, to do the whatever requirement is there, and to find the criminal evidences. You can go for government agency roles. Government sectors are always very beneficial to any candidate. In biology also we have government agency roles, and the best job or best government job for biologists is going for IFS. You might have heard about IAS, IPS. IFS is similar to these. It is done by UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. You can go for IFS. The full form of IFS is Indian Forest Services. So you can become a forest officer, and it is a very noble job and the best job. You can become a science writer. You can write a lot of articles about science, or you can also become a teacher. If you love teaching, if you like to spread your knowledge to others, just like me, you can become a teacher. So this was all about career options in biology. We have studied what is biology, branches of biology, why do you need to choose biology, and career options in biology. Now I think your mind might be clear whether to choose this subject or not. And if it is clear, then we'll be meeting again with my next video, that is according to the syllabus, the first chapter of the 11th standard textbook. So see you all there. Thank you. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts regarding the subject or career options or any other thing, then you can tell me in the comment section, or you can also directly message me. Thank you. Have a nice day. Take care of yourselves. Stay at home and stay safe. Goodbye.